Chapter 9, homework. We have to do numbers 3 and 4. All right, number 3, computing first year depreciation and book value. On January 1st of 2018, Air Canadians purchased a used airplane for $37 million. Air Canadians expects the plane to remain useful for 5 years or 4 million miles and to have a residual value of $5 million. The company expects the plane to be flown 1.4 million miles during the first year. Compute Air Canadian's first year depreciation expense on the plane using straight line, units production, and double declining. And then show the plane's book value at the end of the first year for all 3 methods. Okay, so I'm going to do like a little depreciation schedule thing. This one is for straight line. 1A, 1A, straight line. SL is straight line. Depreciation expense. Accumulated depreciation and book value. Okay, so they bought the plane on January 1st of 2018. All right, then you just carry the whole entire cost all the way across, $37 million. Let me make these all dollars. All right, and then our first year is 12/31 of 2018. Okay, the depreciable basis for straight line is cost minus residual. So it's going to be the 37 million minus the 5 million residual. Get rid of those decimals. All right, the rate for straight line is 1 over the life. So it has a 5-year life, so it's 1 divided by 5, so 1/5. And I got to change that. I think I can change it to a fraction. Ugh. Why isn't it doing it? It's very annoying. Alright, so what I'm going to do is actually 1 divided by 5, which is 20%. Alright, and the depreciation expense, you just multiply. And then accumulated depreciation the first year is just what you had that particular year. And then book value, this is cost minus accumulated depreciation. Oh, this should be 37 million. So cost minus accumulated depreciation. All right, so our answer for year 1 is this 6.4 million and the 30,600,000. All right, 1B is units of production. So we kind of have the same basic beginning up here. So let me copy this. going to change a little bit. I'll just decide to copy it though up front. All right, so really what you're doing here is it's not depreciable basis. It's the number of units produced. And in this particular case, it's miles. All right, and the rate is cost minus residual divided by total miles. So for us, it's going to be the 32 million divided by 4 million miles. And this is $8 per mile. So then that first row is still the purchase date. So don't put anything in these blocks right here. It'll mess you up if you do. All right, and then at 12/31, at the end of the first year, they've flown 1,400,000 miles. And that's miles, not dollars. The rate is the $8. You multiply it out, 1,000,004 times 8. That's depreciation the first year. Accumulated is just that first year because it's only been 1 year. And then just like with above, it's the cost of 37 million minus accumulated. So here are our two answers. And then double declining is a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and copy this again. Actually, let me get the... Okay, so this time, this is book value. Value. What happened there? All right, our rate is 2 times the straight line rate. So it's 2 times 1/5, which means it's 2 times 20%. So it's 40%. And it still costs us 37 million, so that stays the same. All right, so 12/31 of 2018, you start off with the book value. As this 37 million comes down, the rate is 40%. Multiply it out. So depreciation expense the first year is 14,800,000. Notice it's the highest of the three. It's actually a little more than double the straight line because you're applying it to book value. So it's a little more. And then accumulated is just the same. And then book value is cost minus accumulated. And that's it. We did all of it. All right, kind of the same thing, different numbers. And we're doing second year. So we're going to do 2 years worth. On January 1st of 2018, Advanced Airline purchased a used airplane at a cost of $60,500,000. Advanced Airline expects the plane to remain useful for 8 years or 5 million miles and to have a residual of $5,500,000. Advanced Airline expects the plane to be flown 1,100,000 miles the first year and 1,002,000 miles the second year. And we're doing straight line units production, double declining, and accumulated depreciation. No, I'm sorry. Oh, this was accumulated depreciation. The other one was book value. Okay. Well, we calculated all of it, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so I'm actually going to copy this whole thing. This is going to be 9.4. Straight line. All right, it costs $60,500. Not 60,000, 60,500,000. And it has a useful life of 8 years. So this is going to be equals 1 divided by 8. And I need to put a couple of rows in here because we have to add the second year. All right, so the next year it's 12/31/2019. All right, our depreciable basis is still 32,000 or million. Our rate is still 1 divided by 8. And you know what? I'm going to give this a couple extra decimals because I prefer the 12.5. All right, so then you multiply it out. It's straight line, so it's going to be the exact same amount every year. And then accumulated the second year is going to be the prior year plus the current year. And then book value is going to be the cost minus accumulated. So there's the straight line. All right, units of production. So in this one, it's, let's erase this. Oh, you know what? I did something wrong up here. I got to redo it, but I'll do this one first. 60,500,000 and then minus 5,500,000. And then divided by 5 million miles. So that's $11 per mile. All right, so we start off with a cost of $60,500. The first year we flew 1,100,000 at $11. All right, and then the second year we flew 1,200,000. 11. Multiply it out. 1,002,000 times 11. All right, accumulated is last year plus this year. And the new book value is the cost minus accumulated. Okay, let me go back up here to this straight line. All right, so I didn't change my basis over here. All right, this should be 60,500,000 minus the 5,500,000. There we go. And then the last one is double declining. So in this case, the rate is 2 times the straight line rate. The straight line rate is 1/8. So 2 times 1/8. So 2 times 12.5%. And it's 25%. So this is going to be 25. All right, my original cost is $60,500,000. That book value comes over here for the first year. All right, times the 25% equals $15 million. Then you subtract the original cost minus the current year accumulated depreciation. All right, for 12/31/2019, you start with the 45,375. Multiply by the 0.25. All right, then last year's accumulated plus the current year depreciation expense. And then cost minus accumulated. All right, and that is it. Oh, the answers that were actually not book value. It was supposed to be accumulated. Sorry about that. Okay, that's it.